In one of his first acts as Nebraska's governor, Republican Jim Pillen on Thursday named the state's vacant U.S. Senate seat to the former governor who helped him get elected. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, an outpouring of support Thursday at the Nebraska Capitol building as Governor Jim Pillen makes the announcement of who will be Nebraska's next U.S. Senator. The Republican said this has been an arduous process, with more than 100 Nebraskans reaching out for consideration of the post left vacant by Ben Sasse.
We opened applications for this in early December 8 and closed in December 23rd. We had 111 applicants, and we went through an interview process of interviewing 9 candidates. And it was an extraordinary, great Nebraska people that brought lots to the party, but it was clear the person for the job is Senator Designate Pete Ricketts. Thank you, Pete.
Ricketts will serve 2 years before a special election is held in 2024 to finish out the last 2 years of Sasse's term. He would then have to seek re-election in 2026 for a full 6-year term. Sasse announced last fall that he would be leaving the Senate just 2 years into his second 6-year term to take job as president of the University of Florida. Well, the Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Office has received multiple reports this week of scam and fraudulent phone calls happening. In some instances, the caller ID is spoofed to show that the Sheriff's Office number is calling, with callers often giving accurate names of one or more deputy sheriffs that work at the department. Sheriff Mark Overman says the callers often tell people they have an arrest warrant or missed jury duties for them, and say the fine can be paid with some sort of gift card or money transfer to avoid arrest.
It's really frustrating for us when people bite on this and they actually part with their money, and then they come and report it to us, because most of the time, the vast majority of the time when we track this down, it's a dead end. Lots of it goes offshore. Lots of it goes international.
Overman reminds the public that law enforcement never calls people to tell them of an arrest warrant or missed jury duty, and absolutely won't ask them to purchase any type of gift card or money transfer cards to pay fines. He says anyone getting such calls can get more information on the scam and report it to local law enforcement. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision, and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital, because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A Monday morning domestic disturbance leads to felony drug and weapons charges for a Scottsbluff man. 31-year-old Donovan Garneau is facing charges including possession of a defaced firearm, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and possession of a controlled substance. Court records say police were dispatched to his home for an assault in progress and discovered a .22 caliber rifle and a broken glass pipe with meth residue in it. He's being held on a $150,000 bond and will be back in court on Wednesday for his preliminary hearing. Well, a man who was caught with nearly 2 ounces of methamphetamine following a traffic stop conducted by the Scottsbluff County Sheriff's Department has been sentenced to prison. Court records show that 29-year-old Ray Gonzalez, also known as Ray Torres, was pulled over by deputies in July for having expired tags. The deputy asked Gonzalez if he had anything on him that they should know about, and he admitted to having meth and turned over a brown bag containing more than 53 grams of methamphetamine. He pleaded guilty to a charge of possession of meth between 10 and 27 grams in December. And late last month, District Judge Andrea Miller sentenced him to 3 years in prison with 71 days credit for time already served. And the Scottsbluff Police Department has released its stats from the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over traffic enforcement wave that ran from December 16th to New Year's Day. Officers worked a total of 173 hours of overtime funded by a grant from the Nebraska Office of Highway Safety and arrested 3 for driving under the influence, made 4 felony arrests, as well as issuing more than 150 citations for a variety of violations. Although this grant is over, the Scottsbluff Police Department will continue to actively enforce traffic laws in both Scottsbluff and Terrytown.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
We are wrapping up day number 1 of the Wheat Export and Marketing Workshop out here in Portland, Oregon. We're joined by Tom Colin. He is from Hemingford, Nebraska, a wheat grower out there. Yep. Tom, there was a lot of things that happened here on day number 1, but it all centered around the Wheat Marketing Center out here in Portland, Oregon. Share with our viewers some of the highlights of that experience that we saw today.
I think my favorite part of the deal is when we went through the cracker making line and the tortillas and the noodles. I mean, it was interesting to see how all that stuff worked, like on a downscaled version of a commercial baking line, I guess. But that was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. And we heard a lot of information out of quite a few people. It was all real good.
And Tom, they talked a lot about exports of U.S. wheat, and that's important because 50% of the wheat grown in the U.S. sounds like it's exported, 60% of it through Portland. Did that surprise you, hearing about some of those export destinations that they shared with us?
Yeah, it was kind of surprising with all the different places that wheat goes. And sounds like in Nebraska, our wheat makes a big difference all over the world.
Of course, you don't often have the chance to see where wheat goes after it leaves your farm. Of course, heads off to one of the local co-ops, and who knows from there. So, this trip puts it all together to show you some of those further destinations. What sticks out to you? What are you going to remember about today's experience?
I don't know. I mean, it's amazing how much wheat gets put on a ship to go to one of these places, and how big of a conglomeration of different farmers and different regions and wheat gets put on the same ship to go to one place halfway around the world.
Yeah, certainly fascinating, and tomorrow we got a lot more still in store out here in Portland, Oregon, but for now we will wrap up day number 1 of the Wheat Export and Marketing Workshop.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank, a bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. The Community Calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, Scottsbluff Public Schools are stepping up with a new event to try to help local businesses find the workers they need to fill vacant positions. Superintendent Dr. Andrew Dick says the district has been hearing from local employers that they've been having trouble finding employees, and many were interested in talking with high school students about their opportunities.
We've heard from our local employers that they're having trouble finding employees, and they are certainly interested in talking to some of our high school students. And so for the first time ever, Scottsbluff High School is doing a student job fair.
Now, the first ever SHS Student Job Fair will take place during grade level student level meetings on January 17th from 5:30 to 7:30 in the high school commons area. The district is taking reservations for a booth by local businesses wanting to take part. And for more information or to sign up, you can call Natalie Ferguson at 635-6230. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. See you back here on Monday.